Rumble.com. Privacy Policy. Rumble.com is operated by Rumble Inc. In this policy, we will refer to Rumble Incorporated or Rumble.com as Rumble, our, us or we. We take your privacy seriously. We are providing this policy to inform you of our policies and procedures regarding the collection, use, and disclosure of information on our service. We also want to inform you about your choices regarding information. If you have any questions or concerns, please let us know. See how to contact us section below. Note that this policy may be modified from time to time in our sole discretion, so check back frequently. 1. How we collect information. We collect information in 3 basic ways. We collect information that you voluntarily provide to become a registered user of our service, and when you use certain aspects of our service, e.g., entering an email address on a form to send an email from your Rumble account. We collect information when you register to join Rumble by logging into an account that you already have with certain third-party social networking sites, SNS, including, but not limited to, Facebook and Twitter, via our service. For example, our service allows you to create an account and log into the service using your Facebook account credentials through Facebook Connect. If you are not currently registered as a user on the service and you click on Sign in using Facebook, you will first be asked to enter your Facebook credentials and then be given the option to register and join Rumble. When you browse or use our service, technological tools including log data and cookies collect certain information, as explained in the following section. 2. What information we collect and how we use it. Personal information. When you register with us through the service to become a registered user of Rumble, we will ask you for certain information about you that can be used to contact or identify you. Personal information. Personal information may include, but is not limited to, your name, gender, profile photo, free-form biography, location/hometown, website, and email address. If you decide to create your user account by logging into a SNS via the service, you are using the personal information you have already provided to the SNS, such as your real name, email address and other information you make publicly available via the SNS, to create your user account on our service. The information we collect may depend on the privacy settings you have with the SNS, so please consult the SNS's privacy and data practices. For example, by using Facebook Connect, you are allowing Rumble to access the personal information in your Facebook account pursuant to the Facebook Terms of Use regarding your use of the service via Facebook. We use your personal information, in some cases, in conjunction with your non-identifying information, see below, to provide the service to you. For example, account registration. We create your user account for your use of the service based upon the personal information you provide. Communications. We use your personal information to contact you with Rumble newsletters, marketing, or promotional materials and other information that may be of interest to you. If you decide at any time that you no longer wish to receive such communications from us, please follow the unsubscribe instructions provided in any of the communications or update your preferences information in your account settings. See your choices regarding information, below. Customer service. We use your personal information to respond to your questions and/or inquiries. Finding friends. You also have the option to import your personal contacts, including email addresses of friend lists via SNS, to the service so that you can find your friends on the service, and your friends can find you on the service. Emailing via a Rumble account. As part of the service, Rumble users may communicate with other registered and non-registered users through use of their Rumble accounts. Where users have selected the option of adding one or more email addresses to an online form, the message they create in the corresponding template will be sent from Rumble to those email addresses on their behalf. Non-identifying information. We also collect other information that you provide as part of registration, the operation, and personalization of your boards on Rumble that cannot reasonably be used to identify or contact you, e.g., without limitation, age, and individual preferences. Non-identifying information. Certain non-identifying information would be considered a part of your personal information if it were combined with other identifiers, for example, combining your zip code with your street address, in a way that enables you to be personally identified or contacted. But the same pieces of information are considered non-identifying information when they are taken alone or combined only with other non-identifying information. For example, your viewing preferences. We may combine your personal information with non-identifying information and aggregate it with information collected from other Rumble users to attempt to provide you with a better experience, to improve the quality and value of the service and to analyze and understand how our service is used. We may also use the combined information without aggregating it to serve you specifically, for instance to deliver a product to you according to your preferences or restrictions. Mobile software. Our mobile software allows users to access and use the service from their mobile devices. From the mobile software, in the event that our mobile software crashes on your mobile device, we will receive information about your mobile device model, software version, and device carrier, which allows us to identify and fix bugs and otherwise improve the performance of our mobile software. Log data. When you visit the service, whether as a registered user or a non-registered user just browsing, our servers automatically record information that your browser sends whenever you visit a website, log data. This log data may include information such as the browser type or the web page you were visiting before you came to our service, pages of our service that you visit, the time spent on those pages, information you search for on our service, access times and dates, and other statistics. We use this information to monitor and analyze use of the service and the service's technical administration, to increase our service's functionality and user-friendliness, and to better tailor our service to our visitors' needs. For example, some of this information is collected so that when you visit the service again, it will recognize you and the information could then be used to serve advertisements and other information appropriate to your interests. We also use this information to verify that visitors to the service meet the criteria required to process their requests. Cookies. Like many online services, Rumble uses cookies on our service to collect information. A cookie is a small data file that we transfer to your computer or mobile device's hard disk. We use cookies for two purposes. First, we utilize persistent cookies to save your login information for future logins to the service. Second, we utilize session ID cookies to enable certain features of the service, to better understand how you interact with the service and to monitor aggregate usage by Rumble users and web traffic routing on the service. Unlike persistent cookies, session cookies are deleted from your computer when you log off from the service and then close your browser. You can instruct your browser, by changing its settings, to stop accepting cookies or to prompt you before accepting a cookie from the websites you visit. If you do not accept cookies, however, you may not be able to use all portions of the service or all functionality of the service. See your choices regarding information, below. 3. Sharing of your information. Rumble users. When you register through the service and submit personal information to create a profile or visual collection, other Rumble users will see your name. If you choose to provide additional personal information in your profile, Rumble users will see such additional personal information, including, but not limited to, your photo, location, website and biography. Providing additional personal information is voluntary and should correlate with the degree of interaction you want to have with Rumble users. We recommend that you guard and refrain from disclosing any information you consider sensitive and confidential. Aggregate information and non-identifying information. We may share aggregated information that does not include personal information, and we may otherwise disclose non-identifying information and log data with third parties for industry analysis, demographic profiling and other purposes. Any aggregated information shared in these contexts will not contain your personal information. Service providers. We may employ third-party companies and individuals to facilitate our service, to provide the service on our behalf, to perform service-related services, e.g., maintenance services, database management, web analytics, and improvement of the service's features, or to assist us in analyzing how our service are used. These third parties have access to your personal information only to perform these tasks on our behalf and are obligated not to disclose or use it for any other purpose. Social networking sites. We may share the information in your Rumble account, including your personal information, with the SNSs that you have linked to your Rumble account. These third parties have access to your personal information only for this purpose, unless the SNS has received your personal information independently of the service, and not for other purposes. Facebook Connect and Twitter. We allow users to link their Facebook and Twitter accounts to our service. Users can then post recent activity on our service back to their Facebook and Twitter accounts. You will be prompted to decide whether or not your activity on the service will be shared and disclosed on your Facebook/Twitter service. You can disable the foregoing feature at any time by logging into your profile and selecting the option to disable Facebook Connect and / or Twitter. Further, you may be able to edit your privacy settings for the content that you post which appears on Facebook/Twitter by making selections in your edit profile settings via the service. Compliance with laws and law enforcement. Rumble cooperates with government and law enforcement officials and private parties to enforce and comply with the law. We can disclose any information about you to government or law enforcement officials or private parties as we, in our sole discretion, believe necessary or appropriate to respond to claims and legal process, including, but not limited to, subpoenas, to protect the property and rights of Rumble or a third party, to protect the safety of the public or any person, or to prevent or stop activity we may consider to be, or to pose a risk of being, illegal, unethical or legally actionable activity. Business transfers. Rumble may sell, divest, transfer, assign, share or otherwise engage in a transaction that involves, some or all of our assets, including any or all of the information described in this policy, in the course of a corporate divestiture, merger, acquisition, joint venture, bankruptcy, dissolution, reorganization, or any other similar transaction or proceeding. 4. Your choices regarding information. You have several choices regarding the use of information on our service. Email communications. If you decide at any time that you no longer wish to receive email communications from us, please follow the unsubscribe instructions provided in any of the communications or update your preferences information in your account settings. Cookies. If you decide at any time that you no longer wish to accept cookies from our service for any of the purposes described above, then you can instruct your browser, by changing its settings, to stop accepting cookies or to prompt you before accepting a cookie from the websites you visit. Consult your browser's technical information. If you do not accept cookies, however, you may not be able to use all portions of the service or all functionality of the service. If you have any questions about how to disable or modify cookies, please let us know at the contact information provided below. Delinking SNS. If you decide at any time that you no longer wish to have your SNS account, e.g., Facebook or Twitter, linked to your Rumble account, then you may delink the SNS account in the Preferences section in your account settings. Changing or deleting your information. All users may review, update, correct, or delete the personal information in their user account, including any imported contacts, by contacting us or by editing their profile via the service. If you completely delete all of your personal information, then your user account may become deactivated. We will use commercially reasonable efforts to honor your request. We may retain an archived copy of your records as required by law or for legitimate business purposes. For more information on how to control your user content on the Rumble service, including information regarding the use and storage of your user content, please see the Sharing Your Content section in our Terms of Service. 5. Links to other sites and services. Our service contains links to other third-party websites and online services. If you choose to visit another website or online service by clicking on a link, you will be directed to that third party's website or online service. The fact that we may link to a website or online service is not an endorsement, authorization, or representation of our affiliation with that third party, nor is it an endorsement of their privacy or information security policies or practices. We do not exercise control over third-party websites and online services, and these third parties may place their own cookies or other files on your computer and collect data or solicit personal information and non-identifying information from you. Other sites and online services follow different rules regarding the collection, use, and/or disclosure of personal information and non-identifying information. We encourage you to read the privacy policies or statements of the other websites or online services you visit before providing any information or using such websites or services. 6. How we store and protect information. Information security. We care about the security of your information. We use commercially reasonable safeguards to preserve the integrity and security of information collected and maintained through the service. However, we cannot ensure or warrant the security of any information you provide to us or guarantee that information on the service may not be accessed, disclosed, altered, or destroyed by unauthorized persons. Phishing. Identity theft and the practice currently known as phishing are of great concern to Rumble. Safeguarding information to help protect you from identity theft is a top priority. We do not request your credit card information, login information, or national identification numbers in a non-secure or unsolicited email or telephone communication. For more information about phishing, visit the Federal Trade Commission's website. Breach notification. We will make any legally required disclosures of any breach of the security, confidentiality, or integrity of stored personal data, as defined in applicable state statutes on security breach notification, to you via email or conspicuous posting on this service in the most expedient time possible and without unreasonable delay, insofar as consistent with, I, the legitimate needs of law enforcement or, 2, any measures necessary to determine the scope of the breach and restore the reasonable integrity of the data system. International transfer. Your information may be transferred to and maintained on computers located outside of your state, province, country, or other governmental jurisdiction where the privacy laws may not be as protective as those in your jurisdiction. If you are located outside the United States and choose to provide information to us, Rumble transfers personal information to the United States and processes it there. Your consent to this privacy policy followed by your submission of such information represents your agreement to that transfer. 7. Advertising policies. We use an outside ad company to display ads on our site. These ads may contain cookies. While we use cookies in other parts of our website, cookies received with banner ads are collected by our ad company, and we do not have access to this information. To try and bring you offers that are of interest to you, we have relationships with other companies that we allow to place ads on our web pages. As a result of your visit to our site, ad server companies may collect information such as your domain type, your IP address and clickstream information. We allow third-party companies to serve ads and/or collect certain anonymous information when you visit our website. These companies may use non-personally identifiable information, e.g., clickstream information, browser type, time and date, subject of advertisements clicked or scrolled over, during your visits to this and other websites in order to provide advertisements about goods and services likely to be of greater interest to you. These companies typically use a cookie or third-party web beacon to collect this information. To learn more about this behavioral advertising practice or to opt out of this type of advertising, you can visit networkadvertising.org. 8. Our policy towards children's information. This service is not directed to children under 13. We do not knowingly collect personally identifiable information from children under 13. If a parent or guardian becomes aware that his or her child has provided us with personal information without their consent, he or she should contact us at support@rumble.com. If we become aware that a child under 13 has provided us with personal information, we will delete such information from our files. 9. How to contact us. If you have any questions about this policy or any of the practices described herein, please contact us at 647-724-7059 or send us an email at support@rumble.com. Copyright 2016 Rumble. All rights reserved. https://rumble.com/s/privacy.html